Hello ladies, gentlemen, everyone in between, and none of the above, welcome back to We Love Your Deck. With Tarkir Dragonstorm pre-release over the weekend and the full release being this Friday, we'll be looking into the Commander Precons for upgrades, and for today we'll be going over the white, red, and black Mardu Surge. The face commander for the Precon is Zergo Stormrender. A 3/3 Orc warrior with the Mardu exclusive mechanic, Mobilize, that creates a token on attack, and if a token you control dies in combat, it draws you a card or pings each opponent for 1 life. For our upgrades, we'll be primarily looking into making additional tokens and ways for our tokens to impact the game in and outside of combat, but also some additional removal. A token maker that puts in tons of work is Caesar, Legion's Emperor will have you sacrificing a creature. To do 2 of the following: replace it with 2 different tokens, draw a card and lose 2 lives, or Caesar deals damage to an opponent equal to the number of token creatures you control. Or Anam Pakal, Thousandth Moon, though they only make 1 token to start, will eventually start to snowball as more counters are put onto them. And since we're in Mardu, creatures will eventually end up in our graveyard, so Avenger of the Fallen will scale for each creature in our graveyard to make a temporary horde of tokens. Though they're not creature tokens, Mahadi, Emporium Master, will make a treasure for each creature that died this turn. Meaning if you stack the effects properly, it will mean you'll get plenty of treasures on your turns. As well as Bone Cairn Butcher making a couple of tokens, it also gives your tokens Death Touch when they attack. Since we'll primarily win through combat, Teysa Karlov will give our tokens Vigilance and Life Link as well as doubling up on our death triggers. Speaking of our death triggers, Garna, Bloodfist of Keld, is giving us a second rendition of Zergo's second ability of either drawing you a card or dealing damage to your opponents. Speaking of dealing damage to your opponents, Impact Tremors will deal 1 damage to each of them when a creature enters under your control. Along with Mirkwood Bats, you will ping your opponents when you create or sacrifice any kind of token. Or if you'd rather use your tokens for something before your end step, Goblin Bombardment will allow you to sacrifice them to deal damage to a target creature or player. Ishan, 2 Heavens is 1, will even make being aggressive with your tokens even more prominent with being able to double our Mobilize abilities. A great way to win through combat would be through Duty Beyond Death by making all your creatures indestructible and then putting a +1/+1 counter on each of your creatures. A couple of non-combat ways to use your tokens would be either Path to Exile, being able to exile your token for some ramp. Along with Settle the Wreckage, exiling all attacking creatures in exchange for their controller to get a basic land for each creature exiled. Finally, a few miscellaneous spells will be Village Rites to sacrifice a creature in exchange for drawing 2 cards. And Barren Step Siege will either allow you to put +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, or if a creature died under your control, it will require your opponents to all sacrifice a creature of their choice. If you like what you heard, I'll be posting the upgrades list to my Moxfield, and if you have a commander you'd like me to cover, drop it in the comments. Since you made it this far, why not give me a subscription? And as always, I'll catch you on the flip side, Planeswalkers. And remember, be good to each other.